What's up everyone, Arcadenaut here, and today I will be talking a bit about the recent Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon and suggest some alternative mecha games that you would also enjoy. If you are still looking for some mecha action, these games, or rather mecha series, will be from SNES and PlayStation 1 era to current gen consoles, so you must satisfy your high-octane mecha action needs. Keep in mind that I do not compare any of these titles from good to bad or vice versa. These are just genuine suggestions from your friendly neighborhood. My Fires of Rubicon adventure with my Rubiconian waifu Aerie took around 15 hours to complete, with its ups and downs, but mostly full of action, me turning my AC into Potemkin from Guilty Gear series. I might make a The Legacy of Armored Core series video just like I did with the Gex series, playing all of the mainline Armored Core titles, talking about your gameplay, story and concepts. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for more updates, and I will be grateful if you consider supporting me through YouTube or Patreon. If you are ready, then let's start with Assault Suite Valken series. Set in the future, Assault Suite Valken unfurls a tale of war between the Earth and its lunar colonies. You play as Jake, a pilot of one of the assault suites called Valken, and undertake deadly missions. Released for SNES back in 1992 and then remastered for Switch as Declassified, the experience of Assault Suite Valken might seem a bit similar to Contra of NES. Your mech can jump, dash and utilize various weapons, as the unique aspect is the ability to block attacks using a shield and changing weapons according to the enemies you face. Assault Suite Valken is often hailed as one of the gems of the 16-bit era. It combines story elements and gameplay mechanics that weren't very common back then, and instead of just making it about blasting everything in sight, it also introduced the essence of a genuine mecha anime into video game format, influencing the future mecha games with its narrative-driven approach. However, my favorite was its sequel, which changed the whole concept from side-scrolling action to turn-based tactical experience. 6 years have passed since the last battle, and the story follows Tatsuya, a young pilot who works for a private military company. Unlike many of his counterparts, Tatsuya doesn't have the experience of the prior wars that ravaged the world, and as the story unfolds, Tatsuya is assigned to various missions by his PMC, with bigger, more ominous plot unfolding. Involving corporate interests, shadowy figures and the remnants of the previous world powers all play a part in a conspiracy that could plunge the world back into chaos. Assault Suite Valken 2 diverges from its predecessor by introducing turn-based tactical RPG mechanics, as players command multiple assault suites on gridded maps, strategizing their moves and considering terrain advantages and anticipating enemy tactics. Each assault suite has its own stats, abilities and weapons and special moves. Since it's a tactical RPG, the upgrades and the customization becomes quite crucial, as do individual pilot skills and levels that requires tactical planning. And also both of these Assault Suite Valken titles are a part of Assault Suite series, consisting Assault Suite Leinos also, but since I never played Assault Suite Leinos, I would like to introduce these two retro hidden gem mecha titles to you guys, and I might make a more detailed video in the future about these titles as well, so be sure to share your thoughts by the comments below. And if you're interested in this tactical RPG style with mecha concept, let me introduce you to one of the best of this genre. Front mission sets in the middle of a near-future Earth where tensions are rising between the Oceania Cooperative Union and the United Continental States. Why? Over a little island called Hoffman Island. That may be the future's hotspot for geopolitical intrigue. Over the span of the game, we, as the Royd Clive, a former OCU soldier, will be navigating through the wars on this island, seeking revenge for personal loss during the war. And again, just like Assault Suite Valken 2, this isn't a run and gun experience. You get to control squads of mechas, optimizing their loadouts, choosing weapons, legs, arms parts and more. The battlefield is grid based and where you place your mechs really matter. Got a long-range weapon, stay back and snipe, or just get the brawl up and close and personal. And also, pilots matter here too, they have skills and can level up. So if you ever want to micromanage a team of giant robot pilots, I think Front Mission is your game. And on the other hand, I think Front Mission isn't just another mecha game. It also carved a niche that is created by Square Enix and that is illustrated by Final Fantasy's illustrator Yoshitaka Amano himself. Intricate storytelling with tactical RPG mechanics that is considered as a classic, Front Mission would definitely please you. And also, in later 2023, the remake of the second Front Mission will be out for Nintendo Switch as well. So that means if you like medieval tactical RPG titles like Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy Tactics, Front Mission that mixes politics, war crimes and mechas will be your best bet. And if we were to talk about another long-running series that is considered as the pillar of Western mech series, let's turn our attention to MechWarrior. In the universe of MechWarrior, the setting isn't a distant planet or a post-apocalyptic Earth. It's an entire galaxy known as the Inner Sphere. This vast expanse is divided among various houses or giant factions, so to say, that really don't get along. At the heart of their tensions are battle mechs, gigantic walking war machines that are somewhat similar to dreadnoughts of Warhammer 40k universe. Through the series, players can navigate political intrigues, full-blown wars, and personal vendettas set against the backdrop of a space feudal system. Sometimes in FPS, sometimes in third-person action style. However, this might be where MechWarrior shines. These aren't your sleek, anime-style fast mechas. They are just giant, hulking machines of war. Sometimes players get a first-person cockpit view, making the experience incredibly immersive, even for a retro game. And the latest version, MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, the latest in the series, allowing players to lead their own mercenary squad, as money and reputation become pivotal while you take on contracts, maintain and upgrade your mechs, your usual mercenary mech type of an experience. But to be honest, it's been years since I played MechWarrior Series, but it stands as one of the West's most iconic answers to the mecha genre that is largely dominated by the Japanese titles. And I think it strips away some of the fantasy-like elements seen in other mecha games, grounding its foundation around more realistic type of gigantic battles that is leaning more on reality. And let's say if you're into this action-like mecha experience but looking for an online experience, then maybe Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operations 2 might be your cup of tea. But here I'm gonna be honest with you guys, just by seeing this game gives me PTSD. As I spent nearly 1.5 years translating the weekly articles and adjustment reports of GBO2 for work. But here we are, me playing it despite all. GBO2 doesn't offer a narrative in the traditional sense. It's all about team-based online multiplayer combat, allowing players to choose from a vast array of mobile suits from different Gundam series. There are 6 vs 6 or 3 vs 3 type of battles. There are ground and space maps and over 150 different types of units categorized in general, raid and support units. And these mobile suits can dash, jump and perform aerial maneuvers. Strategy is crucial of course, but the use of weapons can feel quite clunky as well. Since GBO2 is a free-to-play game, there are of course loot boxes or gacha, so to say. These loot boxes change weekly, containing different mobile suits to earn, so it requires either your wallet or your time to obtain different units. There are lots of customizations, ranked battles with competitive experience, so you might love GBA2 if you are really interested in Gundam universe or just looking for a free-to-play online experience. And I think despite its gacha or loot boxes, it is a really love letter to massive battles that fans have come to adore. But if you are not a fan of such free-to-play experiences, there is also another choice, a single-player experience of GBA2 called Code Fairy. And Code Fairy deviates from the typical Gundam storytelling, offering players a 3-volume tale surrounding the character Alma, exploring the hidden stories and unsung heroes of the One-Year War, allowing players to navigate not only the battlegrounds but also the personal trials, relationships, and behind-the-scene events of the iconic conflict of Gundam universe. Using the GBO2's game engine, Code Fairy is an action shooter that mixes the combat scenarios with narrative and anime cutscenes. It does not offer the high-paced action of Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon, but focuses more on personal stories and the broader impact of the one-year war of the Gundam lore, presenting the players the world that these characters exist in. And of course, I have still a couple of titles left that are focused on narrative, and I hope these titles will offer an experience that might satisfy Armored Core fans. However, first, let's talk about a hidden gem of the recent years, Megaton Musashi. Megaton Musashi kicks off in a high-octane style. Earth has been invaded by extraterrestrial beings, and they have almost wiped out the humanity. And to fight against them, we have 3 young pilots who operate the Megaton Musashi, presenting fluid combat mechanics. Megaton Musashi's gameplay depends on what weapons you use. It can be either hack and slash or an action shooter. There are lots of abilities, Megaton parts to customize, anime cutscenes and character developments that are spread around in each chapter. Megaton Musashi is a hidden gem that should be given a chance. It's colorful, flashy, and every battle feels like you are watching an anime showdown. And on the other hand, Megaton Musashi is produced by Level 5, known for hits like Professor Layton series and Yokai Watch. I think Level 5 attempted to revitalize the mecha genre for newer audiences, while it pays homage to classic mecha themes like youthful pilots, existential threats, importance of teamwork. Megaton Musashi is clearly offering a fun-to-play mecha experience. However, I believe the next title might be even more suitable for Armored Core fans. The world of Daemon X Machina can remind you of Armored Core. The moon broke apart, the resulting catastrophe laid waste to the Earth, and the debris from the moon emitted a mysterious energy known as femto, transforming all AI into hostile entities called Immortals. And to counter this threat, humanity developed powerful mechs called Arsenals. The gameplay of Daemon X Machina is fluid and offers the fast-paced aerial dogfights and ground combat that mech fans love. The arsenal customization consists of a vast array of weapons, from swords to missile launches, each choice impacting your playstyle. On the other hand, you can as well as make cybernetic adjustments to your characters, turning them into cyborgs to survive this deadly threat. It is totally up to you to remain human or abandon your humanity for the sake of survival. Daemon X Machina might feel like a love letter for Armored Core fans, and I think it carries that distinct aspects Armored Core has, since it's produced by the members who worked on Armored Core before. I believe its customization choices, multiplayer gameplay modes might satisfy your mecha needs. It's flashy, it's stylish, and it showcases the magic of piloting a mecha. And if Daemon X Machina doesn't please you with its gameplay or aspects, I think I'm about to hit you with my last secret weapon of the mecha genre, the Zone of Enders. The Zone of Enders series introduces us to a space-era setting where humanity has colonized Mars and the Jupiter moons. And once again, just like Mobile Suit Gundam and Assault Suit Valken, tensions are high between Earth and the space colonies. In the first game, players step into the shoes of a young boy named Leo Stenbock, who finds himself piloting an orbital frame named Jehuti. And what starts as a quest to survive quickly morphs into a mission to save the colony from impending doom. In its direct sequel, Zone of the Enders, the second runner picks up with a new protagonist named Dingo Egret, as Jehuti once again plays a central role in the unfolding interstellar drama. However, Zone of the Enders shines with its fast-paced mech combat. Jehuti moves with a fluidity and speed. The combat revolves around high-speed aerial dogfights, flashy melee combos, and devastating ranged attacks. allowing players to dash, dodge and launch attacks from all angles, making every battle a dynamic experience. But what Zone of the Enders lack is the customization options, as Armored Core leans more into customization and tactical engagements, whereas Zone of the Enders emphasizes fast-paced combat and narrative drama. And of course, it's fast-paced combat what makes the treat for Armored Core fans. Jumping into the cockpit of Jehuti offers a refreshing, story-driven experience with jaw-dropping visuals, again quite refreshing. And if I still fail to impress and attract you guys, maybe, and just maybe, saying that it is produced by Hideo Kojima might change your opinions. The series' beautifully melded cinematic storytelling with exhilarating gameplay and artistic design might be what you are looking for. However, if you are still not yet convinced and looking for your next Armored Core experience, then maybe in fact you should wait for my The Legacy of Armored Core series video. Be sure to share your thoughts, your opinions by the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching today's video. It seems like I might give it a try with the fighting game concept that I talked before, playing 100 matches with a character from Guilty Gear Strive, and it seems like our first guest will be Soul Bad Guy. I will share what I experienced through these 100 matches, so I will see you soon, take care and cheers.